In today's video, I am going to talk to you about my smartest investment that I have ever made. Now, if you run your own business or if you are somebody who doesn't have medical benefits, this is definitely a video that you're going to want to watch. I am self-employed. I run this YouTube channel, but I also run my own social media marketing company for local real estate agents and businesses, and I also am a basketball skills trainer locally. Essentially, I do everything. So from there, I don't work for anybody, really. I work for myself, and then I basically offer my skills to others, and then I invest the money that I make into stocks. But what happens if there's a medical emergency? For example, you need to get a cavity filled, a tooth pulled, or just need to get glasses every once in a while, and I wear glasses. Well, medical benefits are expensive. When you work for a business, at least here in Canada, usually you're spending 50, 60, 70 bucks a month out of your paycheck for those medical benefits. And then if you wanted to go out on your own and get your own without a business like basically covering half of the cost, you're generally looking at between $140 and $220 a month. That was essentially what I was quoted from different companies. I was quoted by one company $350. The only past stuff that I had issues with my body is blood clots after a knee surgery. So I don't really have that much of a medical history that would mean that I need to pay a lot of money for drugs. I maybe spent 20 bucks over the past 3 years on drugs, not including the CBD that I buy, which wouldn't be covered anyways. So from that standpoint, I don't really need benefits anyways, other than needing to go to the dentist and need to get glasses, and glasses are expensive, and usually benefits don't cover all of the cost of glasses. So what do I do? Who do I go to? Well, I go to the bank. And I don't mean the bank's benefits, no. I mean my own. I created my own benefits company, and I don't mean like for you to buy into it. I mean, you could do the same thing. This is what I'm talking about. So let's get down, let me explain this. So if benefits are going to cost you $150 a month to have benefits, that's a lot of money, and generally over a year, you're going to be looking at roughly about $1,800 a year. And when you start looking into it, they may only cover 50% of drugs. They may only cover the first $200 of your glasses, maybe $300 worth of eye tests a year. You start really looking at, wow, they're not really covering anything at all, considering I'm spending $1,800, and for somebody like myself, I'll spend $22 a year on drugs, or maybe $2,200 or $22 every 3 years on drugs. I wouldn't really use the benefits. And sure, they may cover 80% at the dentist, but if I'm only going to the dentist 4 times a year and it's $150 each time I go there, you're looking at still $600 to the dentist. 80% of that is $80, $160, $240, $420. They're going to cover $420 worth of that. My $1,800 is now looking like a massive loss, which now gets me to my point. What can I do to basically create my own benefits company? Well, this is something that you can do yourself, and I'm going to explain that right now. You could put $150 a month yourself into a savings account. Now from there, over a year, you're going to have $1,800 worth of savings for medical. If we minus the dentist, which let's say is about $600 a year, we don't get glasses every single year. We may get glasses every 2, 3, maybe even 4 years, but we'll have an eye test at least every 2 years. And an eye test, let's average out to about $75 a year, because of course we're looking at an eye test maybe every 2 years or so, and that would be $150 maybe, depending on your eye doctor. And of course that's roughly where we're sitting at here. And then of course drugs, which for me, I buy CBD for my knees, and I can actually put this towards my CBD, and I spend maybe $300 a year between CBD and random drugs that I might need, like maybe penicillin someday, who knows, but let's say $300, because that's generally what I've spent a year on CBD over the past year. That's including the $22 that I spent on some drugs to get me better a few months ago. But anyways, we're currently sitting at around $975 per year. That is all covered by your $1,800, which means that out of that $1,800, you currently still have $825 left in that account. So that's what I'm actually currently doing myself. I'm putting $150 away every single month into a savings account. Now that savings account might get 0.00001% interest. I'm not looking at it as an interest account. I'm not looking to make money. What I'm looking to do is to say, hey, if something medical comes up, I don't need to sell a stock because I do hold most of my money is in stocks. I don't need to sell something to cover my dental bill. I don't need to sell something to cover maybe $50 worth of drugs one time. I don't need to worry about it because it's already just sitting there. And then once it hits a $2,000 limit, my plan is once it hits $2,000 in the account, I'm going to move $1,000 of it into my margin account, and then I'm going to use that to invest in just an index fund, and then I'll leave a note on my computer where I keep track of all of my money and my essentially Apple's version of Excel numbers. And then I will say, okay, well, $1,000 of that stock is for medical, so if I do need to dig in deeper and more than what I have in that account, I can sell that, and of course, it's there. But when I'm doing an index fund, like, for example, VOO or SPY, but the Canadian version of it, which I think is Z something from BMO, then from there, it's just simple, sell it. It's been growing anyways, and at that point, I can keep track of where I bought it at, where it's at now with that $1,000 that I moved over. And if it's, let's say it's gone up 10%, it's at $1,100 now, then it's even more money in my benefits package that I created for myself in a savings account. So this is how I've done it. This is my smartest investment. And yeah, that's just my thought, my plans, what I'm doing, what I've been doing for the past year, and actually year and a half now. Anyways, I hope that you've enjoyed. If you have, hit that like button, subscribe. Let me know down below what you do for your medical needs. I'll see you guys again next time.